All right, I'm gonna start over. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessed salutations to the elect of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, which hold their conduct, composure, and integrity. All right, holding very fast to the very end with all sincerity. All right, not breaking, not wavering. All right, we're in a time where Yahweh Shai, man, is working to come back and restore his people. All right, it's going to start with the elect, and then going into the kingdoms, and the rest of our people are going to be replenished. All right, they're going to come back through us, the elect. All right, after everything is said and done in this time, man, because America, all right, aka Babylon, is on its way out. All right, and so I want to go into something real quick, man. Against Salaka for the feed. But I was doing something on Revelations, the 13th chapter. And, I saw with Revelations 13 and 7, it says, "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are now written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." Now, the reason why I want to bring this out is because when it said that it was given unto him, power was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. When you go, what I want to generalize this to, though, is the whole aspect of how Esau, when he went throughout the earth to conquer, all right, to conquer all the nations, by the sword, and to ultimately, to kill off Israel. All right, because that's what it's talking about right there, verse 7. "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them." Eventually, the Lord allowed Esau to kill Israel. All right, to coming back from the Renaissance period. All right, you had so-called colonialism, which, I mentioned that all the time, man, about that was the great lie that was spread to cover up the fact that when Esau came over here to America, when he was shipping over Israelites from West Africa over here to America, when he was here in America, he was killing off all of the tribes, man, starting in Hispaniola, then working down from South America to Mexico to North America, parts of Canada. And he used colonialism as a lie as to why he was spreading out. But it says right here, it reveals what his motive was, that it was to make war with the saints, to make war with Israel. Something that I brought out yesterday at camp, with the when Esau brought over that first slave ship, that was like a trial run to test and see if anything was going to happen to him, when shipping the Israelites over here from West Africa, because at that time, people still had a sense of what that the Most High was existing, that he was still working around with Israel, and so what Esau did is he tested it. All right, he brought a bulk of slaves on a ship, the Jesus ship, and they talk about the time it took to get from West Africa over here to America. It took like 3 years, right? A year and a half to get there, a year and a half to get back. And during that time, Esau was seeing like if anything would happen to him for doing what he was doing, and nothing did. Okay, nothing happened to him. He didn't get destroyed. All right, he didn't get consumed or fucked up. And so that's when he also realized at the most too that his power had been given back to him. All right, because you remember that Esau was impoverished at one point in time. All right, after the Roman Empire, you had that 1,000-year period. I think it was like a little bit more, or just a tiny bit less than 1,000 years, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it might be almost exactly 1,000 years, but that was the Byzantine Empire. They called it the Dark Ages, and people can be like, well, why they wouldn't call it that way for that reason, you know? No, man, Esau is really that fucking petty, man. All right, he called it the Dark Ages because dark people were ruling. All right, and he was at the bottom. All right, he had been destroyed, man. The Rome had been destroyed. All right, and you know, like in 70 AD and all that, you know, with Vespasian and Titus and all that, when they destroyed Jerusalem as well. But you know, Rome had been getting fucked up too, and so you know, ultimately Esau lost his power after that time period, you know, and he had that mentality, going back to Malachi, the first chapter, that, you know, in fact, I'll go ahead and get it, because Esau always had that mentality, man. He always had the mindset, you know, like he even puts in the movies, you know, he even puts in the movies with certain, you know, you always got that one guy, that one guy full of heart, you know, the hero, you know. Ah, shit. Hold on. Hold on. But this is what Esau, man. So it says Malachi 1:4, whereas Edom saith, well, no, Malachi 1:3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. That's when the Roman Empire was destroyed, right? So afterwards, Esau had this mentality. He said, whereas Edom said we are impoverished, because when you look at that word impoverished, it means to get beat down. Esau had gotten beat down, man. He got put to his lowest estate again. Remember, Job had a vision about this, man. He was in the spirit when he seen Esau being seen as at his natural state, which is a cave dweller, all right, a base man, a children of fools, all right. So Esau got beat back down to that estate, and we were ruling, right? It says, whereas Edom said we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. So you go into that word return, it means to rebuild, or I believe to like rebuild and repair, all right? Which, where did that repairing come through? Through the Renaissance period, all right? It said that we were impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. That attitude of Esau, man, has always been to fight, always been to resist what the Lord, you know, set up. Even though the Lord allowed, we know in a deeper aspect that the Lord, that this is all set through the Spirit, but it's showing that Esau, on Esau's side, and in his particular position, he desires to keep forwarding and pushing what he, you know, wants to be about. Which you see it in the system today, man. You know, through the religion, the philosophies, through his policy. You know, it even said, you know, one of the precursors to Esau, man, is Antiochus Epiphanes, and it said that Antiochus Epiphanes was going to prosper through policy and craft. All right, and I know that's what it goes through, policy. I was trying to remember this yesterday, man, and I couldn't remember. But the word policy goes into cunningness, or to go into in fact, let me go and get that as well. Salakia. Let me go and get that as well. All right. When you look at the word policy, which, Salakia, not trying to get off a point, but you can actually link the word policy to the original attribute of Esau. Okay, it says right here, policy, meaning prudence, insight, understanding. But when you look down at the letter C definition, it goes to cunning, craft, bad sense. So who was cunning? All right. Well, did not even it say that even the serpent was more cunning and wiser among all the beasts of the field? It says, Genesis 25:27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. And to be cunning means you're skillfully deceptive, man. All right? And that's what happened here, man. And this time, Esau was cunning. He was skillfully deceptive on how he established and set up his system. And we always bring it out, man, that system entails keeping Jake at a very low level, keeping him destroyed, actually. All right? Because Esau, what I'm trying to get to about making war with the saints, yeah, you had a time period where, you know, Esau made war with the saints. You know, he went throughout and he conquered Israel, right? and nothing happened because the power was given to him to do that. But you have it coming around again, which is really what I want to get to. All right, where they're going to try to make war with the saints again, and this time it's going to be primarily towards the saints. All right, the elect, because here's the thing, man. With the elect, there was a quote that was said by Russell Crowe. All right, and what was that movie? American Me or American Dream with Denzel Washington. But Russell Crowe made a statement about Frank, Denzel Washington's character, because of how he was, amounting, he was getting rich, and he was doing it in a way that, whites wouldn't do it. But Russell Crowe said, you know what you represent, Frank? You represent progress, and that's a problem. All right, that's why you see with these celebrities, man. That's why you see that they're only according to Esau's agenda. And when they go outside of that, when they start speaking things like, Jake is really the true, Jews and all that, they cut them down. They there's a term called buck breaking, man. Like what they did with, Kyrie Irving, man. LeBron's going to get a little heat. Kanye, all right, when they start really, when they start speaking certain truth, Esau has to, shut that shit out, because again, he's cunning. Esau has to keep on, his power that he's given, it only thrives through wickedness. And if he allows that light and that truth to shine, he'll lose his power. That's how, secrecies or secrecy. And so with us, the elect, all right, that's a very big problem. All right, because we're revealing all his secrets. We're revealing where this man gets his power from. All right, and again, that's a very big problem. Okay, which is why Esau again is going to come around again and try to make war with us. Second Ezra 16th chapter goes into it. All right, which I want to get though in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, and let's see. I'm gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon 2:12. It says, "Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn." Right now, you've been having Esau waiting. Right now, he's been trying to make sure that his machine system is at its top-notch speed working. If that's even the right way to say it, that it's fully functioning, and that there's no kinks or broken leaks or leaks or broken valves or anything. Metaphorically speaking, he's making sure that he has all this, this pseudo crap that he throws on the people, just making sure that it's fully instilled into him, so where everything can be looked at us and we're demonized. All right, and if we do present ourselves, you people in the world will throw us out there. You'll put us under the bus. You'll give us up to to Esau. See, it says, "Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous," because this come around again, and this is it. This is the time of judgment. All right. "Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education." And this is why it's a problem. This is why we're a problem. All right, because we're opposite of this system. We're opposite of this way of living. All right, when you go back into Revelation, the 13th chapter, and 5, it says, "And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months." It was at a point in time where Esau was able to push whatever he wanted to push out. Whatever lies he wanted to tell, he was able to do it. All right, whatever psychological shit he wanted to cast out there, man, he was able to do it. And no one was able to stop him. Even if you read the verse above, it talks about who can make war with the beast. Who can make war with, actually, you know what? It says, yeah, and they worship the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him?" Ultimately, the beast represents Esau, right? His system, all right, his image, all right, which his image is all about, is everything opposite of what the Lord set up. All right, which is, you can't have a man lying with a man. In this society, man, you can do that. Okay, you can have another. I just got done eating somewhere real quick, man. Getting some breakfast, and there's nothing. It was a place full of hippies, man. I'm not saying that it has some good food. All right, that's the point. But there was men with men and women with women with dyke haircuts, man. That shit is uplifted in this time because that's the image of Esau. All right, and so it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Again, that's essentially everything opposite of the Lord and his laws, statutes, and commandments. And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months, which we know that was the 350 years, 1619 to 1970. All right, which the Elder Yashawama broke it down, talking about that was the stamp mark that ended, the climax and peak of Esau's power, because ever since that time, ever since 1970, you've been seeing the power of Esau declining. All right, and that ultimately came through the power of life coming into the world, as it was said, and that was started with Elder Abba Bivens, going on down to King Masha, High Priest Ariyah, High Priest Jaquab, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Rakal, Apostle Ramlab, all the way coming down to there, to where we've been bringing out this truth, man, for 30, 50, 53, 50, 53-ish years, half a century. All right, and since that time, we've been seeing Esau's kingdom slowly decline. Okay, but during that time, he was able to push that all out. All right, even from the 60s, with all the movements that Jake was fighting for, man, that was still set up by Esau to trap you Jakes up, man. All right, that was still the pseudos. All right, making it seem like this man can throw a bone to you and y'all can really have equal rights and this and that, man. Yet he had created laws that it takes 10 black men to equal one white man in this time. And there's been talk, I've read somewhere too that it equaled, oh no, it was in the book of how the white men got so rich. At one point in time, it was it took 15 black men to equal one white man. All right, it took 5 Indians, all right, Native American Indians, to equal one white man. And it takes 1 in 17 white men will be pulled over in this time. All right, like 1 in 9, if you're Gad and Reuben, will get put over. 1 in 3. No, 1 in 9 are Indians. 1 in 6 is Issachar. 1 in 3 is Negroes, and they classify you as a criminal regardless of your age. All right, so this was all the power that was pushed out by the so-called white man. All right, and no one was able to oppose them. No one was able to make war with it and stop what Esau was pushing out. But see, this is what I'm talking about. What you got going on now is we're the opposition. We're telling the world, going back to Wisdom of Solomon, all right, 2 and 12, the wicked is saying, because he is not far turned and he is clean contrary to our doings, he upbraideth us with our offending the law. We're telling the world that this man is offending and breaking the original ordinances and ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education, letting the world know that the crap that you're being taught is full of shit, man. It's all a lie. It's all cunning deceptiveness. Lying wonders, pseudos again. Okay? It even tells you that the coming of this man that was his vibration, that was his presence. That's literally his what's that word? His essence. The essence of Esau, man, is to be cunning and deceptive. Going back to, again, when I read in Genesis 27th chapter, I believe, 27, in chapter 20. Now, you know what? I already got it wrong, man. Hold on, let me look it up. Genesis chapter 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter. Again, that means to be skillfully deceptive, man. And he really thrived and pushed that, coming from through the revival of the Roman Empire, starting, from Great Britain all the way up to America. But during that time is where he was really pushing out all that, the Industrial Revolution and all that. Okay. But the point, what I'm getting at is we're now denouncing all that. We're revealing the hidden things of dishonesty. Okay. And this is a problem. Esau has a problem with this because that's how he's losing his power, man. Even Apostle Gabar made a lesson like years ago, man, like in 2014. And his statement, the way he said it was just, profound. But he had said that how do you reveal or how do you expose a secret society? You expose their lies. You expose their secrets. All right. And that's what we're doing. Day and night, man, we are exposing the elect, the men of the Lord that are out there in the highways and byways, man. We are exposing this devil's lies and secrets because everything he did and established was through secrecy. All right. Look up the things that he set up, from like the 1800s, 1600s, 1088. All right. It says, and objected to our infamy, the transgressings of our education. It says, he professed to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he called himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. And you know what? Even 2 Thessalonians tells you that the Lord shall consume this man with the spirit of his mouth. The spirit of his mouth is the holy prophets. All right. We are the mouthpiece of the Lord to consume this man. We're consuming all the lies now, man. All right. It's a constant battle between truth and lies right now. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts, which the word reprove means to correct. We're here. We are correcting, letting you people know, but we're doing it in a sharp manner. Like, hey, man, this is all a fucking lie. All right. He is grievous unto us even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. And we're telling you, man, that the fashion of this life is satanic. All right. Is demonic. And everything that Esau pushes, there's not one good thing about it. There's a scripture. All right. In Sirach. Hold on, let me try to. And if he do good, he do it unwillingly. Apocrypha. Let's try that. Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 14 and verse 7. It says, and if he do it good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. There's always something behind these supposed good intentions. One thing I think about the most is like with the stimulus. It wasn't to help you people get money. It wasn't a relief program. It was to bleed the economy out so he could fucking further promote his NWO. All right? Because ultimately he wants to turn this place into a cashless society, digital currency and all that, ultimately leading up to the MOTB. See how it works? See how simple it is to understand that? This man, again, like I said, man, the vibration that this man comes in, his presence is all out satanic and demonic. And we're letting you people in the world know that. All right. So going back to Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 14, he was made grievous, or Salaka, he was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold. For his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from, a fake. You're a big fat phony, That's from Family Guy. All right. Which I know the word counterfeit, when you look it up, it actually goes into like feign, which is fake. But let me get it because it's actually define counterfeit. It says, here it is, a fraudulent imitation of something else, a forgery. All right. So Esau, and is that not what he did? All right. I can't remember what book. I think it was the book of Josephus, where it talked about how Esau saw these other nations having structure and order, and they ultimately were able to come up to a level through religion. And so what Esau did with the forgery, right, with the imitation, he faked being a proper and orderly nation, because at that time Esau was living amongst the caves, right? He was living in caves. He had no doctrine. He was a beast, right? Base man, a man without order. So he used the what's it called, man? The guise of being a man about order with religion, and he tethered it to the Bible, right? That's a counterfeit, an imitation. He's pretending just so he could rule the fucking world, man. What was it? The Club of Rome? The Club of Rome and the Knights of Malta. All right. The Knights of Malta, which was created back in like 1088. That was why I mentioned that year earlier. That was they said that their actual mission was to have world dominance. You know, these secret societies that were using religion to spread and flourish out throughout the earth, to have a say-so in everything, but really their goals and motives were to rule the world, man. Hey, man, but they were saying it was for something else, for environmental cause, to make, you know, a better ecosystem and economy, better agriculture. You know, we gotta watch and monitor the rate of living, you know, of life being made, because we don't want to overtake the amount of food and supply. This was all a lie, man. Esau don't really give a fuck about you and your lives. He don't care about monitoring and balancing the world. What's this agenda? What, 20? Was it Agenda 21 or Agenda 22? Let me see. Agenda. Is it? I mean, there is Agenda 2030, but it's Agenda 21. All right. Agenda 21, which is ultimately Agenda 2030, I believe. They claim that their whole MO is world balance. All right. And if you read their little initiatives, it's not even fucking about world balance. Giving women the better a better playing ground to be equal. And what the fuck does that have to do with environmental cause, man? You know, fucking stupid. You know, so yeah, man, all these things were cons and ruses, charades, whatever you want to call them, man. Deception, lies. All right. Because it worked on your mind. It really fucking worked with your mind. That's the thing about Esau, man. He gained the power to work over your mind, man. To control what another person thinks. And that's fucking crazy. That was the knowledge and power that he was able to tap into. All right. But it says, going back to originally my point, when it says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits, going back to the word counterfeit, made an exact imitation of something valuable or important with the intention to deceive or defraud. That movie, VHS, the second one, you can see what it was like. This guy ends up making a portal. He's working on a science experiment. He makes a portal to a parallel universe. What's parallel, man? The lines, you know, exactly, you know, symmetrical and measured out perfectly, the right angle and everything to each other. But you don't consider what that other line is. It's a mirror, which a mirror is the opposite reflection of you, right? So this man opens a portal and he sees himself standing in front of himself, and the dude's presenting himself like he's cool. You know, the guy on the other side of the portal, which was him. It was him, but exact opposite. And he goes through that portal because his wife in the opposite universe has like a fucking monster, like for her, you know, region down there, and it kills her husband by eating it. But it was all demonic. He went through the portal and saw everything was upside down. When he went upstairs into the nice house, they had like an animal right there in the middle of the goddamn living room, and he saw the crosses. Everything was upside down and demonic. There was a big old horn blast that was being blown throughout the earth when he was in that portal, man, or in that universe. And he realized, holy shit, this is a demonic fucking world. But it all presented itself like it was exactly like this. As Esau, man, made an exact imitation of something valuable or important. What did Esau take and imitate that was valuable? The Bible, the Holy Bible, man. He used the Lord and all of its figures, meaning the men of the Lord, the prophets, the angels, you know. He used the figure of the scriptures as if it belonged to him, and that's what he stood for. All right. But it said that, again, it was made an exact imitation of something valuable or important with the intention to deceive or defraud. And that's what Esau did, man. Okay? Going back to verse 16, Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstained from our ways as from filthiness, because it is filthy in this fucking place, man. Again, it's satanic and demonic, man. Very unclean, very unhealthy. Everything that's pushed off has a vibration of wickedness behind it, with the intent to kill. You know, what's his motherfucking name, man? Like, I don't know if it was Bill bitch ass Gates, probably was, but there was just an initiative pushed out to inject and spike all the food with fucking you know, the stab and jab. You know, like we come into a time, man, where we're gonna need a lot more protection. You know, Elder Yeshua made an example about the past times, man. Like, all of us men that are in this truth today, man, and all you ones that believe, you know, he said, you know, the puss-filled ice cream sandwiches and the chicken nuggets and, you know, the government pizza that was given to us as kids when we were in elementary and middle school and all that shit, man. You know, it didn't kill us, and it should have. You know. And we got past that wave. We made it, you know, call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, at the water Yahweh Shemel Shai for it. But now we're coming into another wave, man, where this devil is like, fuck, these men are all out there, man. We got to kill these motherfuckers, man. Because that's eventually what they're going to do to us. They're going to come after us. They're going to make war with the saints again. So it says, let me see. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast at the Most High as his Father. And it says that he pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed. What's that blessing? That we're going to inherit the kingdom. We're telling this devil, man, that your ass is on its way out. You're going to lose what you got, and we're going to take it back. All right? And maketh his boast at the Most High as his Father. So it says in verse 17, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. See, that trial, man, they're gonna try to test us. They're gonna test the power of the Lord and see if the Lord's gonna stop him this time again. He wasn't stopped when he took us out of Africa or West Africa, so he's gonna try it again. But like I said, he's been trying to get everything in order first, trying to get that machine at its fullest working capacity. So when he does take vengeance again on us, he'll have a way to fight back, which is going to be through the thermal, you know, the missiles. All right. It says, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. And that's like, and not the missiles exactly, war in general. All right. Esau's going to go to war with the Lord. Okay. Yeah, the missiles is coming against Esau. Esau has that military capacity, man, and he's going to use them, but they're going to be shot back at him as well. All right. And it ain't going to do nothing to Yahweh Shai, man. All right, when Yahweh Shai comes to fight the last off at Yahweh Shaphat, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the scriptures tell you in 2 Ezra 13th chapter, it didn't do nothing. So, for if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. See, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. And this is the thing, man. This is another thing, man. With the elect, like I said, we represent progress because we're not falling victim anymore to the lies that Esau has, you know, perpetuated. We're not ignorant anymore of what Satan is working. All right, we've been awoken and raised up, man, through the Spirit of light, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And now you can't get us, man. So now you want to prove, you want to touch us now, man. You want to touch our lives. All right. It says that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Because we have the mentality, man, of not breaking. All right, and this time, man, our spirits are being prepped, and they're working in tandem with the preparation that the Lord has given us through our spirit to not break in this time, to remain faithful to death. All right, and that's why Esau's going to test us. Because we're telling you right now that, Lord willing, we're ready to die if we have to. And we got to be tested, man, to the limit, tortured. Then, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shai allow us to endure that. and not break. Because what I'm saying though, the elect is not going to break. All right. And this is what Esau wants to break. All right. Such things did they imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. All right. And through that great pride and arrogancy that Esau has displayed, because he saw himself prosper with all that wickedness that he promoted throughout the earth. All right. Since the time that he came back up out of his impoverished state, that pride and that arrogance has blinded him to the point where he thinks he's going to have a chance in this time. He thinks that his own weapon, his own sword, is going to be enough to deliver him, because he took everything. Esau's so carnal, man. Again, he forgets that, like Yahushua said to the Pharisees and scribes, I believe. He said, oh shit, I gotta end it. He said, shit, I gotta end it. I'm at the end of Salaki. I gotta cut this. I gotta call the brother, because my phone's gonna die. Otherwise, I won't be able to get inside. Shalom, Yahweh Shemeshai Barakatah. Salakia.